in a job that you really hate, then leave it. If you're in something that you feel like you really aren't inspired by, then leave it. Do something that truly brings joy to you, even if it's something so small. I've been struggling with finding a job that I feel like is good for me. I have never been really good with 9 to 5s. It's always been hard to be in a kind of a work environment where I need to be there at a certain time, at the same time, every single day, 5 days a week. It can feel stressful, disorienting, like I have a lack of control of my life. The thing that makes that a reality is the fact that it's jobs that I don't enjoy. And I've tried so many different jobs. I've done sales, I've done hard labor, I've done on call stuff, startups, trying to help people that don't really have a business but they're trying to start a business. Um, I feel like I've done every aspect of every industry, and I always thought that maybe I needed like a family culture, that I've always needed some sort of culture where like I needed to fit in, where I needed to have friends, where I needed to have a company that cares for me. And while partially that is true, I have realized that none of that really matters. I have had companies where like I meet really good people and the management is trash, but the people are good, or even the people are trash, but the management is good. Either way, and none of it has really satisfied me to the point of being able to stay there for very long. In the last two places that I've been at, I actually left either like the day of or the lunch of, if you will. And I've never done that before, and I kind of felt this sense of dread, this sense of I'm not good enough, this sense of, oh, you're too pussy to try. You're not like everybody else who's able to kind of stick out these jobs, to stick out these like circumstances. And I think I've realized that that's not the case. It's not even necessarily the jobs that I wasn't able to stick out, but it was just the energy. It was the way that they were going about things, the fact that they were demanding mandatory overtime of 50 hours a week when you like are so new to the job and it's heavy labor, and it's like, how do you expect me to do 50 hours every single week when I've never done a job like this before, when I've never had this heavy like labor before? How do you expect me to continue to do this? And on top of that, not only was the overtime, I felt like it was a little too much, but it was like the work itself was a little too much. Like there was half people that were doing the job but they weren't doing it right, and then the other half was like me, who like I cared about my job and I didn't want to like half-ass it, so I actually did it right. But then that made my time go down when it came to how long it took for me to do the job, and that was something that they cared about, was like how long it took for you to do the job. So if I'm doing the whole job the way that I should be doing it, and I'm taking a little bit longer than maybe the time says, because there's other people where they do the same job and they don't do it as well, and then they choose to make that the time. They choose to make the time that the person that's half-assing it the standard, when it's like, okay, but if you actually want the person to do it right, it's going to take a little bit longer. So running into things like that, running into things like, oh, like sales, for example, that was the other thing that I was doing, and they were like giving us warm leads. And if you don't know what a warm lead is versus a cold lead is somebody that doesn't care about your product. They don't know about your product, they don't know about you. It's just a random ass person that you meet. It's just a random ass person that you call, that you contact, and you pitch them about your business. Versus a warm lead, it's like, oh, they actually hit you up for your business. They had some sort of contact with your business. They know your business. They have interest in your business. I had a sales job where it was like that, where they gave us warm leads, but these warm leads were like a month old, 2 months old, and they're having us call these people over and over and over, and it's like, at what point does it get to be like harassment, where you're just like continuing to call these people after they already went on the website and then they realize they don't want to do it anymore? And it's like, you know, I just keep running into these sleazy jobs over and over, and I beat myself up when I leave them, but I've come to realize that you have to follow your intuition. You have to follow what's right for you. if you genuinely feel like a job is wrong or it goes against your morals or it's just something that you don't align with, don't keep yourself there. It can be easy to keep yourself there in the sense of comfort, familiarity, whatever the case might be, but if you genuinely are going there with dread and just discomfort and anxious energy, if you're going there and you have like eye bags under your face that are like the worst eye bags known to mankind that everybody can see, which I literally saw there, it gets to a point where it's like, bro, like why are you even there? I would just rather have a job that cares about me, that doesn't want to do that weird stuff, that wants to genuinely uplift the people that they're working with, that are paying them like clients or salespeople or whatever. And I guess I just say all of this to say that if you're in a job that you really hate, then leave it. If you're in something that you feel like you really aren't inspired by, then leave it. Do something that truly brings joy to you. Even if it's something so small, even if it's something as simple as gardening or driving or talking to people, whatever like brings your heart alive, do that. Don't force yourself to be in an environment where you are like you just feel like it's not for you, like you are just sitting there contemplating your life, contemplating your day to day, watching the clock tick down. Like, that's not an environment that you want to be in. That's not a job that you want to be in. Um, and don't let yourself be in a relationship like that either, or like a friendship or anything like that. Anything that makes you question things or look at the time over and over is something that you're not able to be present in. And if you're not able to be present in something, then you're not able to truly enjoy it. So, do what you do with love and joy and excitement. And if you don't feel any of that, then don't do it at all. Even if that means sacrificing a little bit of comfort to be able to find something that you truly enjoy. So, yeah.